The problem with one's life is that it's someone else's idea and not one's own. Hey, I'm Nivya, and today I'm going to recommend you 5 books related to LGBTQIA+. Out of these 5 books, 2 books are real stories while the rest 3 are fictional ones. And also the first 3 books that I will be speaking about today are related to sexual orientation, while the last 2 books are related to gender identity. Now, a lot of people basically confuse or they think that both sexual orientation and gender identity are the same because it falls under LGBTQIA plus umbrella. But that's not the case. So let me explain first what the difference between sexual orientation and gender identity is. So sexual orientation is basically used to describe your pattern of emotional, romantic, or sexual attraction. So heterosexual, that is attraction towards the opposite gender, or homosexual, attraction towards the same gender, or bisexual, that is attraction towards both the genders, or asexual, that is no attraction at all. All these fall under sexual orientation and not gender identity. And what is gender identity? Gender identity is the personal sense of one's own gender. So female, male, both, intersex, or none are all gender identity and not sexual orientation. All right, I hope that all the terminologies are clear. Now let's get into the list of books. Let's start with the first book on my list. Aristotle and Dante discovers the secrets of the universe by Benjamin Elias Sainz. Aristotle is a 15-year-old introvert guy who loves being alone. He's not very fond of his parents and he has a brother who is in prison for a crime that he had committed. He also has 2 elder sisters who are quite elder to him and they behave like his mother and not like sisters. So it's like having 3 mothers at home and not like, 2 sisters and 1 mother, which he really hates. Now we have Dante, who's a very charming boy who can easily start conversations with people, who's very good at painting, swimming, and reading poems. And he is crazy about his parents. One day, these 2 boys meet at a swimming pool and then their friendship blossoms. Later, once Dante will have to relocate because of his father's job. And as time progresses, Dante realizes that he is a gay. From that point on, it becomes quite typical for Dante to see Aristotle as just a friend. And also because of the long distance, there's a small dip in their friendship. This book is about friendship, love, and parenthood. Dante's parents are very friendly, empathetic, and forward-thinking. While Aristotle's parents do have certain flaws, they're also very supportive to Aristotle all the time. So this book is mainly about the guys' difficulties to identify themselves. While thankfully their parents are very supportive or their dear and near ones are very supportive. Which is not the case in my second book, Why Be Happy When You Could Be Normal by Jeanette Winterson. This is a real story of Jeanette Winterson, the author herself. And here, Jeanette is aware of her sexual orientation. She's able to identify herself very well, but her parents are not supportive. Rather, they are very abusive. Jeanette was adopted while she was 6 months old by Mr. and Mrs. Winterson, very abusive parents. There were a lot of times when Mrs. Winterson stated that devil led us to the wrong crib while we selected the baby. And she used to force her husband to physically punish Jeanette. There were a lot of days wherein Jeanette was locked outside the house at nights or otherwise being sent to claustrophobic underground rooms. She's unable to make any friends and she doesn't know exactly what love is because she never experienced it. At the age of 15, she falls in love with a girl named Helen. But when her mother comes to know about it, she forces her to undergo an exorcism. But thankfully here, Jeanette is a very strong girl and she knows exactly what she wants in her life. If you want to know more about her life, the journey of her life, which was not an easy one, go ahead and pick this book up. With that, let's go to the next book on my list. Lovelace by Alice Oseman. Another great book on self-discovery, a fictional one, but still a lot of characters are so real. This book is about a girl named Georgia who doesn't have a boyfriend or girlfriend or who never had a boyfriend or girlfriend in her life. But still she wants to fall in love with someone because that's what she sees around. I mean, all her friends have either a girlfriend or a boyfriend and so she wants to experience it. So she forces herself to have a boyfriend, but then she doesn't enjoy it. Later she realizes that she's an asexual and that she's not sexually interested with anyone. This is the only book which I have read wherein the main character is an asexual or the subject is revolving around asexuality. But if you have come across any good books related to asexuality, then please do let me know through the comment section. This book definitely lets you travel through the struggles of an asexual person, but beyond that, it also lets you know what asexuality is, or even about pansexuals. Definitely go ahead and read this book to widen your knowledge about all these related subjects. Okay, with that, let's go to the next book on my list. We've reached the fourth book on my list, which means that the book is related to gender identity. And the book is Amy Ellis Nutt's Becoming Nicole, a very inspiring and true story. This book starts with Sarah, a 16-year-old girl who gets pregnant but doesn't want the baby. So she rings up her cousin Kelly and asks if she wants to adopt the kid. Kelly and her husband have been trying since long to have a baby, but they were unable to conceive, and so they are very happy to adopt a child. When Sarah delivers, it's not just one kid, but two identical boy twins, and they're being named as Wyatt and Jonas Maines. Wyatt, at a very young age itself, starts showing a lot of feminine characteristics, like loves being dressed up as a girl and much more. Kelly, Wyatt's mother, observes this and starts researching about this. She starts reading articles and watches interviews of transgenders and guesses that her child Wyatt is a transgender. Later at a stage, Wyatt becomes adamant that Wyatt is a girl. Wyatt is later renamed as Nicole, and both Kelly and Maines are very supportive. But in school, Nicole is being bullied a lot and she's also restricted from using girls' toilet. You can basically think like if you are being restricted from using the same toilet of your genders, and if you are asked to use the other gender's toilet, how uncomfortable it will be. But as I said, Nicole's parents were very supportive and they fought for her rights legally. It's very important that you get support from your parents or from your family. 55% of LGBT youth are unsafe because of sexual orientation and 37% because of gender expression. And because of sexual orientation, 74% are verbally abused and 17% physically assaulted. Similarly, because of gender expression, 55% are verbally abused and 11% are physically assaulted. And there is a huge percentage who goes under depression and also attempts to commit suicides because of the same reasons. Maines mentions in this book, Becoming Nicole, that we should try our part. All of us should try our part so that no one asks the same question which Nicole asked her parents. What did I do wrong? With that, let's go to the next book on my list. Last book on my list is Birthday by Margaret Rousseau. Unlike Becoming Nicole, where the parents are supportive, here the parents are not supportive. This is not a real story, but again, the story is so real because there are a lot of characters out there who will be able to relate to the characters in this book. Eric and Morgan, two boys born on the same day, family friends, they know each other since the day they are born. As their 13th birthday approaches, Morgan realizes that he is a girl trapped in a boy's body. Now, Morgan is confused as to whom to speak about this to his parents or to his friend Eric. Will they even understand all of this? And he's completely confused. It becomes very difficult for her to understand or even accept her sexual identity. And on top of that, a constant criticism from the outside world. This book is written by a transgender woman herself, Margaret Rousseau, and she's just poured her feelings and emotions into this book, and it makes it all completely real. So these are the books which I wanted to speak about to you all today. And if you want to know more about LGBTQIA+, I'll share a few links in the description box. You can go ahead and read them. And if you are part of LGBTQIA+ community, and if you want some help, if you want to discuss about something, if you want to speak to someone, I'll share a few numbers in the description box. You can definitely go ahead and speak to them. They will be there to help you all the time. All right, so this is Nivya signing off. Until we meet next time, keep reading a lot of books. Happy reading. Bye. Take care.